Hello and welcome back. Before we start, I thought I'd just show you these. These bikes were made by a friend of mine. He made one for himself and one for me. They're completely unique one-offs. For example, the cylinders are made from the base of a light bulb, the wheels are from rollerblades, the chassis is 4mm aluminium rod, etc. As you can see, there are loads of minor differences in detail between the two bikes. The backlights are different, the exhausts are at different heights, etc. My friend's bike has aluminium fork yokes which look green in this light but are actually an anodised gold colour, while mine are black plastic. Anyway, I just thought you might be pleased to see them. Hello and welcome back. I'm glad you're here actually, because I want to talk about something that we don't often discuss in the RC world, and that's driver figures. Posable action figures such as these are great as far as they go, but they are expensive and they're heavy, which can make your crawler a bit roly-poly. Considering the price we're expected to pay for them, as you can see, they're not really that posable. An alternative I've considered, and actually very recently tried, is this. These guys are feather light, they're blow moulded, and you have to do quite a lot of surgery to get one to sit in a car. Also, he's nearer to 1/14 scale than to 1/12, and I think that's particularly apparent when you look at the size of the model's head. Yesterday, however, I came across a discarded table football set at the side of the road, and I noticed that the head is disproportionately big. This guy's screwed onto this steel tube, so I'll just unscrew him. Though our footballer's head is the same size as that of Jack here, he's nothing like as tall as our soldier. So, he needs different legs. In the past, I've been forced to perform some pretty brutal acts of surgery to get some of these moulded driver figures to fit. And so it came to be that I'm in possession of this fine pair of 1/12 scale legs. I'll just trim away these white parts which constitute the journal where the steel tube used to pass through this guy. There you go. And with recent advantages in technology, I can assure you that with the aid of a modern surgical angle grinder, he'll hardly have felt a thing. Where to cut in order to make this guy more or less the same height as Jack here? Well, I'd say that if we cut off this fella at the bottom of the blue bit and cut off this chap at the bottom of the red bit, we'll have a driver figure with no arms. Well, that's good. He's going to come out about the same height as Jack, and luckily the two surfaces should be quite straightforward to glue together, as they're both solid figures, at least at that point. But however will we get round the problem of the missing arms? Well, there's a precedent here. A couple of years ago, I was honoured to be invited by Brent from Adventure Time RC to take part in a loosely organised build-off. This is Ratfink, a cartoon character who's famous in hot rod culture. Brent sent us each a figure of Ratfink standing, but I wanted mine to be driving a car, so I cut off his 3D printed legs, and I removed his 3D printed arms halfway down, and I made him new forearms and new legs by using a wire armature covered with 2-part epoxy putty. I propose to do the same for our friend here. First, let's get his trunk glued to his legs. And now to the matter of our driver figure's hands. To make Ratfink's hands, I took a sheet of 2mm ABS and carved a hand from it. Then I heated it and bent the fingers round so they would grip my keyring steering wheel. I suppose I'll have to do something similar with this one. I think it's easier to get away with it with Ratfink because he's a cartoon character anyway. Here's our figure with his two halves united for the first time. He's got quite a casual stance there, but there's no mistaking the lack of arms. I think we should do something about that. Well, it's the following day, and the putty has gone off to the extent where I've been able to shape it into something that I hope looks vaguely like a pair of arms. Unfortunately, I did position his arms a little higher than would have been ideal for this vehicle. I hadn't originally planned to make him for this vehicle, but as it's an open-topped one, it would be a good way to show him off. I'm sure Ratfink won't mind if this guy borrows his ride just for one video. Next, I need to decide how to get him to hold the steering wheel, which is actually a keyring. Well, I think this is the best I can do for Hans. I thought, well, after all, he's a table football player. And here is our finished driver. I took this guy, cut the hammer from his feet, and used that to give him a sort of butt, and added a pair of arms. He can be a passenger. Here he is with his teammate in the car. Let's see how good our football playing friend is at driving this thing. Do you need a lift? Yeah, bloody do, mate. Italian cars? You should have bought a Ford. What about your car? Ah, leave it there, mate. I'll buy another one.